Imagine discovering a plot hole so massive, it collapses the happening's entire universe. Let's dissect the scene that broke the internet. The film opens in a park in New York. Everyone is going about their day when we see two girls sitting on a bench. Suddenly, one of them notices a strong gust of wind sweep through. A moment later, she realizes that everyone around them has frozen in place, as if turned to stone. When she turns to call her friend, she sees her acting strangely. Then, right before her eyes, the girl removes a hairpin and stabs herself in the neck, killing herself. Nearby, at a construction site, a man suddenly falls from the top and dies instantly. Everyone assumes it was just an accident, until one by one, all the workers on the top floors start jumping off as well. The scene cuts to a school, where we meet Elliot, a science teacher. While he's giving a lecture, he's called to the staff room. There, he learns about the strange incidents happening across the city. People are killing themselves for no reason. Central Park is now covered in bodies. The principal believes it's a terrorist attack. He suggests that terrorists might have released a chemical or virus into the air that shuts down the human brain's survival instinct. To protect the students, the school is closed and everyone is sent home. Elliot's friend Julian asks him to come along to his hometown, where it might be safer. Elliot agrees, goes home to pack, and finds his wife watching the horrifying news. The government has no explanation for the phenomenon, and no one knows where this virus came from. The couple rushes to the train station to meet Julian. Julian has arrived, but his wife couldn't make it due to the crowd. The station is packed with panicked people trying to escape the city. When the train finally leaves, Julian tells his wife to catch the next one. He boards the train with his daughter and Elliot's family. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, the same strange event unfolds. A gust of wind blows through a park, freezing everyone in place. On a nearby road, cars stop suddenly. A police officer steps out, pulls his gun, and shoots himself. Others get out of their cars and use the same gun to kill themselves. Panic spreads everywhere. Back on the train, Julian tries to contact his wife, who says she's safe. Soon after, the train suddenly stops in the middle of nowhere. The conductors explain that the signals ahead have disappeared, and they've lost contact with the control center. Everyone is asked to get off, and they take shelter in a small local hotel. A woman there shows Elliot a horrifying video of a man feeding himself to lions. The video disturbs everyone deeply. The passengers watch the news. They learn that the very town they're in has been declared the epicenter of the outbreak. Fear spreads instantly, and people rush to escape in their cars. Elliot and his wife, who have no vehicle, beg for a ride, but no one helps. Finally, a kind couple offers to take them along. Julian, however, refuses to go. He says he must find his wife, but asks Elliot to take care of his daughter. He leaves, taking another ride toward New Jersey. Julian's car passes through a road lined with hanging bodies. The couple driving panics, and Julian tells them to seal the windows. They do, but they forget the hole in the roof. A gust of wind blows in, signaling the virus's arrival. The car speeds up uncontrollably and crashes. The couple dies instantly. Julian survives, but is infected. Using a shard of broken glass, he cuts his wrists and dies. That Elliot's group, traveling by another route, encounters a pile of corpses blocking the road. They try to turn back, but are stopped by a lone soldier, who warns them that the base ahead has been wiped out. Soon, other cars arrive, and the soldier stops everyone from going forward. The group decides to stay in town and take shelter in nearby houses. A gust of wind passes by, and the soldier suddenly salutes before shooting himself. The others follow, killing themselves one by one. Elliot and the few survivors realize they're next. He begins to suspect that the virus is coming from plants. He notices it spreads only where there are many people and a lot of vegetation. He tells everyone to split up and move in smaller groups. When another gust comes, Elliot tells everyone to run in the opposite direction of the wind. They do, and miraculously, none of them are affected. Elliot's theory proves correct. The group splits again, leaving Elliot with his wife, Julian's daughter, and two young men. They find an abandoned car with a map and use it to navigate. Soon, They find a large farmhouse surrounded by fields that, at first, the place seems peaceful, but Elliot worries because the virus is linked to plants and the house is surrounded by them. They eat a bit and prepare to leave. Just then, they see members of another group arriving. A gust of wind sweeps through that group's area, and everyone starts killing themselves in horrific ways. One man lies under a running lawnmower. The others follow suit. That Elliot's group hears over the radio that the virus is spreading less toward the west. They head that way, knocking on doors, but no one lets them in. Finally, one man responds, but refuses to open his door. Angry, the two boys try to break in, and the man shoots them both dead. Elliot flees with his wife and the little girl until they find an old farmhouse. An elderly woman lives there. She's strange but kind and offers them food and a place to sleep. That night, Elliot notices her behaving oddly. Later, they find her sleepwalking and standing outside their room. The next morning, Elliot wakes up to find his wife and the girl missing. He searches the house and suspects the old woman has done something to them. When he enters her room, he finds a doll on the bed. Suddenly, the woman appears behind him, yelling and accusing him of trying to rob her. Furious, she tells him to leave. Soon, the wind begins to blow again. The virus has reached her. She starts acting strangely and begins slamming her head into the window until it shatters, killing herself. Air rushes into the house, and Elliot seals the windows in panic. He hears the voices of his wife and the girl from another room. They're safe in a small shed nearby. Elliot realizes the virus is now attacking individuals, not just groups. Thinking they're about to die, he and his wife talk about their past and forgive each other. Elliot tells her he wants to die with her. She agrees and comes out of hiding. The two walk toward each other, hold hands, close their eyes, and wait for death, but nothing happens. The wind passes, and they're still alive. Later, they learn that at the exact moment they stepped outside, the virus suddenly disappeared. 3 months pass. Life in New York and Philadelphia returns to normal. Elliot and his wife have adopted Julian's daughter, and she discovers she's pregnant, bringing joy back into their lives. The film ends with a TV interview where a scientist explains that not everything in nature has an explanation. He says the event was nature's warning to humanity for destroying the environment. As the camera cuts back to a park, the same wind starts blowing again. People freeze, one boy screams, and chaos begins once more, signaling that the deadly virus has returned. The movie ends there. The supposed plot hole lies in the film's core idea. The plants release toxins, causing people to commit suicide as a defense mechanism. The problem is, the movie never explains why the plants stop attacking or how they selectively target humans without affecting animals or the environment itself. If the plants are truly responding to human destruction of nature, then the sudden end of the attacks makes no sense. Humanity didn't change overnight. The world kept functioning the same way. That means the event ending feels arbitrary, like nature just flipped a switch for no reason. So, the scene that broke the internet isn't just shocking, it exposes how the entire premise collapses under its own logic. Agree? Disagree? Watch it again, and let's start a comment civil war. And if you're obsessed with hidden movie secrets, smash that bell. Our next video might ruin your childhood.